Well, he's like another Craig.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is
But
terrifying.
so much better. Sorry.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Danny.
And I'm Evan.
And we are IRL. Evan flew in from LA because we have two very special guests with us, Evan, right?
Yes, I flew in just for Paige and Ciara from Summer House and Winter House Season 2, which is finally here.
Finally.
Oh my gosh, can you believe?
Feels like
Can
a
you believe?
lifetime.
No.
This happened like nearly a year ago. Are
Yeah.
you excited to relive this journey that you went on in Vermont?
That's the tough part about this. We have to
Yeah.
like relive our lives and go through the torment
I-
and the joy.
I
Like,
do love getting re-mad.
And I know you said that you're in therapy in the premiere. Like, do you go into therapy after the episode's like, no, we have to
no,
talk
we have to
about
be in
this?
therapy year round.
Yeah.
It's a year round
No,
thing.
And it's also probably really fun to see things that you didn't see go on in the house. when
Oh my
you
god,
were
yeah.
there.
It's definitely interesting to watch it and you're like, I had no idea that
Yep.
happened. There's another side of the story that, and then you're like, oh, you hid that from me?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Is there anything from the trailer or premiere that stuck out that you were surprised by, that you weren't privy to prior?
Maybe like how much money Craig actually gave people.
Wait,
Gotta talk about that.
I was like, with your jacket, you literally, I was like, oh, this is Sopranos.
I was like, I am Meadow Soprano right now. I told him, I was like, don't do that. It's not a great look. And he was like, no, I think this is nice to do.
I
It
actually
was a
kind
great
of
pitch.
agreed with it. I was like, if you want it, buy it. Like, there's the thing, me and Craig, like, we argue and constantly, but there's some things where I'm like, we really agree eye to eye on a lot
Yeah.
more than you would think.
I thought it made a lot of sense. I feel
Yeah, I
like
was
the
like-
housewives should
I was
take
like, whatever.
note. Because it's a very easy way.
Yeah, it's easy.
It shut everybody
Yeah,
up.
it really did.
did, it worked.
And we ended up using that money for like different things in the house.
Yeah.
So it was actually,
Okay.
it was like our allowance.
Yeah.
So Craig is the dad of the
Yeah,
house?
and then
a
Okay.
house
we would
fund.
like buy alcohol, buy food. With
Wait, Sarah, you mentioned that you and Craig kind of bicker, which
Yeah.
we see a lot in the premiere
yeah.
episode. It's almost kind of like a brother-sister vibe. Like, what is your take on it, and what is your take on that?
Very much like a brother and sister type of, he just is annoying. And I just feel like, but I love him, but I just feel like someone has to humble him and it has to be me.
I love it.
Gladly.
Do you?
Because there's sometimes I'm thinking things and I'm like, I can't say that. I'm his girlfriend. That'd be so mean in front of people. And then 2 seconds later, Ciara will say it, and I'll be like, yeah, come on.
It's tag team. He's always like, you guys are not gonna gang up on me. And I'm like, all right.
He does seem like someone who like is able to take it from people and kind of goes like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I am getting called out. I was being a little silly. Is there anything that like hits the nerve with him where he's like, oh, don't, like, you know how like you don't bring up the husbands, you don't bring up the daughters. What is Craig's that?
I don't know if it's like his trigger, but if ever I'm like, because I'm very sarcastic and very self-deprecating, and he's like likes
Sensitive.
everyone to be nice and like
Sensitive.
he's very sensitive, and so if ever I'm like, you're just so sensitive, he's like, stop me,
Welcome to New York,
and I'm like,
Craig.
see,
Maybe the 2-wick, 1-wick candles also. That's his trigger.
Oh.
You'll see.
But how are you guys liking? Because there's some new faces
yes.
this season.
Yeah.
Some people that work in the metaverse, which I didn't know was a thing.
The
Some
real
new-
estate metaverse.
We
What?
still
We don't know what that
I was like,
is.
did anybody buy a house from
We
that? Okay.
listened
No.
to her explain
Yeah.
it, but we have no idea what
Still
happened.
I'm not a
Don't get it.
buyer, and I'm not a seller, and, you know, that's good for her, though. Like, I think it's great. She loves it, and we
Yeah,
love
she's
it for her.
passionate about
Do
it,
we
so
love
then
her?
we're passionate about
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I think Jess had a rough wave in the house a little
Yeah.
bit, but overall, like,
Jess is
she,
very sweet and very nice,
Yeah.
and I think it's hard to come in
with a
to
group of friends.
that people already know each other.
Yeah.
But it was one of the first times that I feel like all the girls really got along.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
that was so like
Refreshing.
easy and fun and refreshing.
Do you think you all got along because some people weren't in there all the time?
I think it's because we were just so drunk.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. And I was
I'm
kind
glad
of
you have a
over,
therapist.
after the summer, I'm like over the girls fighting. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to fight with another chick.
We have to talk about Corey.
Just a ball of
It seems
energy.
like y'all have a little chemistry going on. Tell me about that.
I can't. No, I won't. I won't. No, I mean, no. Corey's great. Well, he's like another Craig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
But
terrifying.
so much better. Sorry. He's great. He really got along well in the house and like fit right in, reckless as hell. So
yeah,
definitely
always
a good
down
addition.
to have fun and like be loud.
Yeah.
I also love that Austen was kind of like worried
Oh.
about what was possibly going on with you and Corey. Now that you know that Austen was kind of like worried about that, how does that make you feel? It must feel kind of good after everything he put you through.
I mean, you know, I'm going to shrug my shoulders on that one because, you know, I see why he's worried.
I am curious though, because you obviously have been through the love ringer or the emotional ringer. Triangle, rhombus. It's a whole string quartet.
A lot of shape.
But I'm wondering, did you go into then like Winter House a little bit like more guarded, like, or were you kind of telling yourself anything like, okay, be a little more cautious? Like,
yeah, I was totally like, I'm guarded, and I had my first winter romance, and it was, you know, whatever. Fairy tale for those 2 weeks. And then, like, but I wasn't going into the house like, yeah, I'm going to have another one of those and, like, go full force with someone. Like, I was like, if I meet someone and, like, we hit it off, great, you know, but I'm not gunning for, like, a relationship or to meet someone in this house. I really just wanted to have fun with my friends and, yeah, just have another epic winter in Vermont, you know?
Austen, he did come into the house in a kind of like situationship. Did that kind of give you closure about your situationship with him?
We sat down and talked about it. I was like, we can be friends. Like, it's totally fine. You are dating someone, amazing, whatever. But, like, you know, you'll see the situationship, you know. There's a reason why it's a situationship, and, you know, a dog is a dog.
I was going to say, you're more mature than me, because I would have been like, no, I'm not your friend.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're living in the house for 2 weeks together. I had to be the bigger person a little bit.
It's interesting now, too, because I feel like the more and more we progress in Summer House and Winter House, the more and more it's coupling up. Like, it's kind of like...
Yeah.
Well, we're getting old.
Not me.
No, you're...
Ciara likes to remind me that she's younger. But
she's
yeah,
30.
There's a...
Oh my God, a milestone.
How dare you.
How
Next
exciting.
month.
Would a proposal be a good birthday present?
No, my
okay.
birthday
Not
is
doing
about
that.
my birthday.
Yeah.
It's the tackiest thing to happen.
Yeah, and I don't want it on my actual birthday, but we'll see, like, what happens. It's like anything else. If you're on a reality show, there's going to be opinions, like, and they're going to be split 50-50. I think I leaned on Amanda more than I ever have. Because, and I like understood her a lot more. I was like, what do you do when everyone hates your boyfriend? Can you write an ebook about it?
What was her advice?
And she was just like, you have to remember like why you love them and like when you're just alone, the two of you, what that feels like, and you can't listen to other people because in your gut you know what's right. She was just the best at giving me advice.
Well, it looks like we have a lot to look forward to from Craig. I mean, on the first episode he's fighting with piñatas, and future episodes he's fighting with people.
Yeah.
So for both of you, what was your reaction to how fiery he got in the Winter House?
Here's the thing. We never agree with his delivery.
Right.
Ever.
Okay.
We make that very clear. There are a lot of times where, you know, we agree with the message.
Yep.
You know?
The sentiment of what he's trying to say,
It's
we're
accurate.
like, we agree.
Yeah.
You yelling at that octave,
screaming.
we don't agree.
Threatening to punch people, probably
great.
not the best.
I
Yeah.
will say there was nothing better than seeing him in a shark costume and Amanda in a donkey costume kind of going
at it.
It's better when you're in like animal onesies.
I think that's what makes Summer House so
crazy.
fun because
Yeah.
we have some serious conversations. Ciara had one of the most serious conversations this summer, dressed as a strawberry. And it was so iconic.
Right, well, I can't wait to see you dressed like a strawberry.
Well, you know what else I
So
can't
great.
wait for? You said, we have some giggly sweaters here.
Oh my God.
And you apparently said that you can't wait to be like vindicated. Because something you've been saying for 5 years
For Summer House.
for Summer House is coming to light.
What can you do?
What
Dare
can
you
you
throw me
tease?
under the bus like this?
Honey, I'm from Jersey. I take the bus in.
No,
Yeah.
I just feel like there was look, Hannah is one of my best friends, and I just feel like people were so mean and rude to her and never really got the full story and never really like realized who she was fighting with. And I just think sometimes really time is what helps, and things come out and the truth always like comes out and people's motives and relationships. So I just feel like Hannah is such a good person and one of my best friends, and I will always have her back.
What's the biggest challenge maintaining a friendship with Hannah while still doing the show?
I feel like since Giggly Squad has, you know, like grown bigger than we ever could have imagined, we
doing
really
so good.
don't talk about Bravo or like talk about me being on the show that much, because when we talk, we're so Giggly Squad focused. But we're also like grown adults in our 30s. So like it's easy for me to separate Summer House and Giggly Squad. And it's easy too, you know, like I have such a different relationship with Amanda, and the two of them would never like badmouth the other to me. So I feel like I'm really proud of how like we've all navigated our friendships, and neither one of them stopped being friends with me or made me choose a side because they really realized like how close I was to both of them.
And I do like seeing you're hanging out with Danielle.
Yeah.
A bit more and more.
Yes.
I'm glad that you guys made peace with everything.
Two girls going after each other when he's the problem.
What kind of brought you guys in even closer?
Okay, so after the summer, it was a rough summer, and I was apologetic. I am still apologetic, Obviously, I never want our fights to get to that point where we're having to like really lash out on each other. And we honestly kind of had to just squash it at the beginning of the summer. I was like, look, there's really nothing that you really ever did to me. You just kind of were sticking up for your friend, in which, I felt like you were sticking your nose in certain things that may not have concerned you, but, you're doing that as Lindsay's friend, and Paige was doing that as my friend. So whatever, like, I'm ready to move forward and move past it, and she was too. And so, and honestly, we're kind of really similar. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about that bomb you drop in the trailer about the announcement of Carl and Lindsay, and then Austen's talking about Lindsay's grabbing onto his ski pole, we'll call it.
Wow.
When that situation sort of permeated the house, how did it impact the dynamic? Tell me about the drama.
I feel like it always looks like I'm stirring the pot.
I feel like it'll look like I'm stirring the pot in the
There's
end.
something about Ciara and I where people want to tell us things, and we're like, we don't.
Come on.
We don't need the gossip. We don't want it. We shouldn't be in charge of it.
And once you get it, you can't just
It's
hold
a
on
duty.
to it.
Well, come
like,
on.
Stuck us
don't
with
tell
this.
us.
And
then another person wants to know.
and then it looks like we're
Yeah.
spreading it, and we're just like, we didn't even start this. But Austen, he's a trip, and when he gets drunk and
oh my
maybe,
God, he's an open book. He can't control
takes
himself.
a sleeping pill and doesn't go to sleep.
Yeah, and then he just spills everything.
Crazy
So he
things
kind of
can
like
happen then.
spilled all this gossip to us, and me and Ciara just looked at each other and we're like, ugh.
I love that you guys are like the White House press secretaries of Winter House. You're like,
are we to do?
guys, there's a meeting.
He allegedly took an Ambien, and we don't know what happened. So
This is the first time Vanderpump people are on Winter House. How did the Toms sort of...
Oh my gosh,
They were great.
Yeah,
they were
they're
crazy.
singing.
Yeah, I mean, Sandoval could talk for hours. Like, he is like a ball of energy. Schwartz is
so sweet.
Hilarious and sweet and just like so
they really
innocent in my
are
head.
great bartenders.
Yeah.
Like the drink.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
not
talented.
even just
They're
saying
good.
that to gas them up. Like one of the drinks I had, I was like, Craig, I think they drugged this because I feel so good.
It was
and
an
I love
experience.
This. Like we had a full experience.
Yeah, they mix up the energy, which is always
they
great.
were great.
I'm so excited to see all that energy happen.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's going to be
was so
so
fun.
good. I mean, the premiere was
so good.
spectacular.
I'm glad
You guys
liked
liked it.
Yeah.
Good.
We're obsessed.
Oh, but thank you guys for coming and chatting with
Thanks
us and
for
dishing a little
having
bit.
us.
Right?
Yeah.
This was so much fun.
I know. Thank you guys.